Humza Yousaf wrote to the Foreign Secretary cleverly and asked for his support and his help, and pointed out that his family, his wife's immediate family, were caught in Gaza. Now, I think Humza and Cleverly can lead by example. We already have a task force, a modest task force, heading towards Gaza and offering support to Israel. I think that task force should be specifically providing a tent city and helping to set up support for the huge number of refugees who are leaving Gaza at the moment and will need to be settled in the countryside around the small towns in the lower part, in the southern part of the Gaza Strip. Britain can lead the way, can set an example, and with luck, that example will lead to the opening of the Rafah crossing and to an enormously successful exodus from Gaza into Egypt. At the same time, Britain should make sure that by sea it can repatriate its own subjects, British subjects, to Britain from Gaza, because there's no way that they can get into Israel or get into Egypt with any ease at the moment. And there is an opportunity, and we have the expertise and the facilities to rescue these people by sea. And not to do so is to fail in our duty as a government and as a sea power. We're not the great country that we used to be, but we still have a significant navy, and it should be used. And it should be used to lead by example. The dispatch of warships underscores the fact that we have a navy and that we are prepared to help. And we also, I believe, are sending aircraft to Israel to repatriate British citizens from Israel, British subjects from Israel. But so far, we've not had any suggestion of any sort of support for those in Gaza. This is what I'm suggesting. We should find ways to set up reunification visas in the same way as we did in Ukraine. More than that, that can be done easily, by the way. And the Homes for Ukraine scheme could be easily expanded as well to help both British, both those people in Gaza and Israel with British links, Muslim and Jewish, and we can assume that people will throw open their houses to help refugees in this country. And we can also assume our initiative will lead to a humanitarian corridor into Egypt. But in the meantime, a tent city, and I think we need to see the Prime Minister leading this initiative. The demand that the people of Gaza move down to the south of the Gaza Strip is an extraordinary demand, and it needs international support if that is going to happen. I think we can assume that there will be no attack until after the Sabbath finishes, so people have until tomorrow evening. But that leaves very little time, really. And we need to make sure that we play our part in resolving this conflict. We have experience as well in resolving an extraordinarily complex conflict ourselves in Northern Ireland. I think we need the support and the help of those people who have worked so tirelessly in Northern Ireland to pool their resources in Israel and Palestine. And that has to happen with some speed. We have skills, and in a post-colonial age, we should be using them rather than sitting back and just mouthing rhetoric.